Welcome to the presentation for the MA in Bespoke and New Couture. My name is Moonglar Lam and I'm the Program Director. In this presentation, we're going to go over the reasons why we put this program together, the amazing collaborators we're working with, and the student experience as we go through the details of the program. We hope it's going to be very useful for you, but if you have questions, at the end of the presentation, there will be contact information for you to get in touch with us. There will also be a link to a website where you can find a lot more information and a lot of visual information on all of the things covered in this presentation. I hope you'll enjoy, and thank you very much. This is an overview of the MA in Bespoke and New Couture program. When we were thinking about putting this program together, there were three areas in the state of fashion that we were focusing on. Those would be lost heritage, slow fashion, and the rise of online education. So in lost heritage, for the last 10 to 20 years, there has been sort of talk about a lot of artisan studios, artisan techniques being lost over time, with the new generation not stepping up to fill it. At the end of last year, the Business of Fashion wrote an article about fashion's craftsmanship challenge and how things have accelerated post-pandemic. So right now we have an aging artisanal workforce, and we're facing mass retirement post-pandemic. In 2022, 20,000 artisan jobs were left unfilled in Paris. Since 2014, LVMH has placed 2,700 apprentices in artisan roles. But last year alone, they had 3,500 positions to fill. So that means that all of the placements that LVMH made in the last 10 years did not meet what was needed last year alone. It is predicted that by 2026, 94,000 technical jobs will be left unfilled. So there was another article from the Women's Wear Daily, as well as the Business of Fashion, that mentioned a lot of brands are starting their own in-house academies, and or they're partnering with schools to create curriculum for the new generation so that some of these heritage techniques can live on and can be taught to the new generations, and that some of these roles can be taken on by young students coming out of school or coming out of their in-house academies. So slow fashion is another area that we focused on. We can't really talk about anything these days without addressing climate change. And we all know that fashion is the number 2, number 3, depending on which report you look at, most contributor to polluting the environment. So fashion is responsible for between 3% to 8% of the total greenhouse gas emissions. And sustainability regulations are on the horizon, especially in the US and the EU, to address fast fashion's role in overconsumption and waste. So nowadays, consumers are increasingly aware that fast fashion's role in sort of the negative impact on the environment. And they're also demanding that companies do better. We're seeing a lot of uptick in resale platforms, vintage wear, resale, used items. There is an 800% increase in only 1 year on the StockX platform for outdoor gear. So that is a huge jump. 2/3 of global consumers are also willing to pay more for sustainable products. And the slow fashion movement will continue to gain popularity in 2024 as consumers prioritize quality over quantity. The next area that we looked at is the rise of online education. Especially post-pandemic, this area continues to grow. Global demand for online education is on the rise. It was valued at 30 billion in 2021 and expected to reach 200 billion by 2030. People are increasingly, around the world accessing online courses to help them stay updated and to navigate the ever-changing labor market. 70% of students say that online education is better than or equal to on-campus education. 95% of online program graduates say that they would recommend online education to others. And 90% of online education programs graduates say that their degree has had a positive return on their investment. So now let's look at the program description after having looked at those three elements. So the MA in Bespoke and New Couture is a hybrid distance learning program supplemented with a summer term at Polymoda in Florence, Italy. It is uniquely designed for students who possess a deep appreciation for bespoke and slow fashion, customization, historical influences, meticulous hand techniques, and exquisite craftsmanship as a basis for creativity and innovation. So let's take a look at some of the highlights of the program. It's a one-year master's program. It's focused on artisanship, and you'll be learning from global master artisans and Polymoda faculty. It's flexible and low residency, and you spend 2 semesters online asynchronously and 1 summer term, 7 weeks, on-site at Polymoda in Florence. Students will go on field trips to artisan studios and factories in Italy. They will participate in a graduate exhibition in Italy. And the program is recruiting for this first intake between 30 to 50 students. Another important collaboration that we have with the program is with Doors New York City. Doors is a revolutionary omni-channel platform and a full-service brand building agency for independent fashion and accessory designers. Um, what they do is help grow emerging artists in the US market. Their mission is to foster a strong, supportive community of creative talents, and they offer designers, both emerging and established, an unparalleled opportunity to grow their brands in the US. So the collaboration highlights include a pop-up graduate exhibition event. So not only do students get to show their work in Italy, but they will also get to show their work in New York in the Doors retail location, which is in the heart of Soho. The event will invite press, fashion press, local influencers, and the general public. After the exhibition, Doors will select 3 graduates from the Bespoke and New Couture program for their incubator program. The incubator program consists of 6 months of mentoring in collection competency, business strategies, and brand storytelling. At the end of the incubator program, students have a chance to join the Doors platform to sell their collection via their different platforms and locations. It should be mentioned that Doors also has a location showroom in Paris, France. Our program goals are to cultivate visionary and innovative design leaders in new heritage and bespoke fashion, emphasizing quality and artisanship. Also, to merge contemporary concepts with historical techniques to foster innovation and relevance in slow fashion practices while imparting an entrepreneurial mindset. So you might ask, why distance learning? Some people might wonder, how can I learn fashion online? So online asynchronous um, education embraces a flattened world, which means there is equal opportunity for everybody, no matter where you reside and no matter what your situation is. It is extremely flexible and it's low residency, which means you don't have to uproot yourself to move to another country, another city in order to participate in this program. It also puts education into the hands of the students. And I will show you in the next few slides what that really means. Additional benefits are the diverse student body, global and cultural exchange, and sharing and preserving regional crafts. So the online course experience include the following. The program's courses are designed to put students in control of their own educational experience. This means it's different than going into a classroom, listening to a lecture once, and then having to either rely on your notes and whatnot. The courses here online actually leverage innovative technology to make online learning easy, accessible, and fun. Material is delivered in engaging, interactive ways through video, text, audio, virtual environments, and activity formats that allow the student to repeat, to play it many times, to jump around, to create their own self-study methods and processes. We have accessibility tools such as font sizing that you can change, alt text, captioning for presentations, text to audio for those who learn better by listening rather than reading. All of those things are available on the platform. So studying online does not mean that you are studying alone. Faculty are always close at hand, and they also have office hours by appointment. Some of the faculty will also conduct optional synchronous meetings and workshops based on the needs of the course and the students. Here is an example of how the online learning can be interactive and accessible. This is an interactive lecture. So instead of reading a page full of text or listening to someone just talking at you, this is an example of what an interactive lecture would look like. So this is a lecture that talks about uh, the importance of keeping a technical notebook for when you are designing passementerie trims. So it is in the image of a actual notebook, and there are hotspots embedded into this image. So if you click on one of the hotspots, a pop-up window will appear, and you will have the option to choose reading text to learn more about that subject, or to hit the audio play button and listen to that clip of that part of the lecture. So these are very important tools that students will have in their own hands to control how they consume and digest educational information. This is a quick puzzle piece kind of a game that will test or quiz whether you understood the material. We will also have step-by-step video demos to show you how to execute to a particular technique. The beauty of these videos is that you can play it as many times as you need. You can rewind, you can jump around. These videos can be used in the way that works for you, and they're always available to you for the entire length of the course. Here is an example of a virtual reality environment that you might see in our online course. It allows you to feel more part of the environment. It's immersive. It lets you wander around and click on things and feel that you're actually in that space. You might see this for a workshop, a gallery, whatever it is that the faculty would like you to experience. Polymoda is our main collaborator for this program. They have said that developing an educational program that brings together design, dexterity, craftsmanship, and sensitivity in the selection of raw materials and embellishment is certainly one of the most frequent requests that we receive from the fashion world. And the reason we have chosen Polymoda to collaborate with is because they are a top-ranked fashion school in Italy. They're located in Florence, the center of luxury artisan crafts and production. They will take students on field trips to artisan studios and factories. They will include in their studio courses leather making, embellishment, and surface manipulation, which aligns with the courses that you will take online. Students will finalize the capstone collection at Polymoda with their faculty assistants. And Polymoda will provide students with a certificate of completion, and the degree will come from PolyU. And Polymoda will also host a graduate exhibition in their facilities. So Polymoda's teaching staff comes entirely from the fashion industry, thus guaranteeing a very high and always up-to-date level of training. This is the second campus of Polymoda. It's the Manufactura Tabacchi, and it's an old tobacco factory, which is now converted into a vibrant community of art galleries, retail spaces, restaurants, and cafes. And this is just right next to the studios where students will be studying and working. So the studios in this location is equipped with next generation professional machines. There are 12 workshops, 10 for tailoring and 2 for knitwear. There are flatbed cutting machines and sewing machines. There are specialty tailoring machines. There are ironing boards and irons in every workshop. There are knitting looms and linking machines. And there are dress forms in different sizes and types. And the computer lab has over 200 computers. Beyond Polymoda, you can also explore life in Florence, Italy. This is an image of Florence. It is on the Arno River, and this is the Ponte Vecchio, which was finished in the mid-1300s. There is a wealth of history, culture, food, art, design, and inspiration to be had just by wandering the streets of Florence. We have a global roster of online faculty that spans from California, New York, and London. We have their bios listed on our website, so please go there to learn more about this amazing roster of faculty. Some of these faculty have centuries-old techniques to teach, and all of them are veterans in their fields and in education. Let's take a look at the program structure. In total, it is 33 credits. There are 6 compulsory subjects for 18 credits, 2 electives that you select for 6 credits, and 1 compulsory capstone project for 9 credits. All of the courses are 3 credits long, except for the capstone project 2 course in Italy that is 6 credits long. The reason for this is because this is the course where you will be completing your capstone project in constructing it and finalizing it. The normal study period is 1 year for full-time and 2 years for part-time. It is, again, a mixed mode, so it's online for 2 semesters asynchronously, and then 1 summer semester for 7 weeks at Polymoda in Italy. The degree will come from PolyU and a certificate of completion from Polymoda. The tuition per credit is $6,500. It's the same for both local or non-local students. And the total tuition fee is 214,500 Hong Kong dollars. The study plan consists of the 3 semesters, and in each semester, each of the first two semesters, There are 4 courses that you will take, and the last semester in Italy, you will take 2 classes. For the electives that you can select 2 of, you can choose from leatherwork essentials, couture embellishment, hand embroidery, contemporary passementerie design, or apprenticeship. The apprenticeship could be an apprenticeship with a local artisan that is approved through the program. The career prospects for students coming out of this program are vast. Some of them are listed here, anywhere from fashion design to costume design to textile design or studio manager. Again, as we said early on in this presentation, there are many technical roles open in the industry right now that is looking to be filled. So just a quick program recap here. The MA in Bespoke and New Couture is a unique and first online hybrid program to launch in the School of Fashion and Textiles. And anywhere for that fact, there is no other program that exists like this one. It is flexible and low residency. That means you don't have to relocate or uproot your life in order to participate in this program. There is an opportunity to study with global students and exhibit your work in Italy. There's an opportunity to visit artisan factories in Italy. Our collaboration is with the top fashion school, and our collaboration with Doors will give our graduates a chance to enter the US market. We have a global roster of faculty comprised of master artisans with centuries-old techniques to teach and respected academics in fashion and craft history. We have master artisan guest speakers lined up and workshops as well as other programming such as study tours, which we are developing. So that's the end of our presentation. If you have any questions, please contact any of the contacts listed here on this slide. And you can also head over to our website for a lot more information, images, and details about the program. Thank you very much.